Ooh, what's going on, everyone? We are currently back with another Mega Man 3 video. In this episode, I will be showcasing how I defeated the last two Robot Masters. Technically, the last two Robot Masters, there's still some other stuff. So we start with Gemini Man because in the previous Mega Man episode, we ended on Snake Man. And naturally, snakes beat twins. It's science. Let's face it, that's how it works. So Gemini Man stage is actually really cool. I think it might be my favorite of the Robot Master stages. If I really had to pick, potentially my favorite stage in the entire game. But yeah, so the penguins are pretty easy to dodge, and the flying things are not too bad if you just run away from them a little. Or sometimes they're just so low that you don't really need to do anything about it. So we just keep running and killing things, jumping over pits. Standard Mega Man fare. Ooh, that one was almost pretty dangerous. You know, Mega Man right near a pit. He could potentially get knocked back into it, but fortunately for me, that doesn't happen. Unfortunately for me, however, I'm getting hit like it's nobody's business. But I do pick up a, what's it called? An extra life. Now we got Break Man to break this entrance, which allows us to continue. So maybe he's not entirely a bad guy. Potentially. Use the rush coil to get some health. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? It's not like rush coil is going to be used for too much other crazy stuff. I mean, I say that, but I mean, you'll see. Now we're on this part with the tadpoles, alien eggs kind of thing. And it's not too hard. It is a little more annoying than I would like to admit. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was probably like interrupted by something and I just had to like get my bearings when I recorded this video. Because again, we are filming this after the fact and just doing like play-by-play commentary. Alright, but now that we got an extra spot we can slide under, that's always nice because it means you have to kill way less aliens than you would have to otherwise. If this were, say, Mega Man 2, I would be a little more annoyed. And oh boy, that was a lot. A lot of aliens are dying. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. The planet is dying, the aliens are leaving. Or the animals are leaving, the aliens aren't visiting us. We might be alone. But that's okay, because do you really need anyone else? That's the real question. I try to jump over this without using the rush coil, but unfortunately for me, it's going to have to happen. It's kind of a shame, but I mean, really, it doesn't matter. I don't need to get that extra weapon energy. I'm not really using too much weapons. But I still killed all those alien eggs, just in case one of them dropped a life. Now we gotta kill some dragonflies, if you remember from Shadow Man stage. I accidentally used an E-tank when I was at full health. It was just a misclick. And then against this like penguin ice cream soft serve or like snow cone maker, whatever the heck that thing is supposed to be, I used the hard knuckle because I mean it does a lot of damage and it's not exactly like the penguin's going anywhere. Also, if it seems like I'm a little liberal with the what's it called, the E-tanks in this episode, don't worry, I did grind for E-tanks off camera because it was decently easy to do. Didn't take me that long. I know it doesn't look like that because the big gap in Mega Man episodes, but I don't know, I was just feeling a little inspired. Now there's this part. This part is a little tough, because you really don't have any opportunities to mess up, because you're over a bottomless pit. I do collect that extra life, just in case if something bad happens. Will something bad happen? I've seen the footage before. I've played the footage before. So I know, but you guys won't. And I will not ruin the surprise. Gotta use the rush coil again, because I did go down to get an E-tank. And getting some more weapon energy is always nice. Now I gotta kill this dragonfly. Go down. You know, in the Super Auto Pets episode, dragonflies were helpful. I guess you can't judge all animals in the same way. And we almost make it to the end. However, there was some slight issue. Luckily, we respawn right in front of the, what's it called? The segment. That's always nice. A very nice, generous checkpoint. The checkpoint comes right in front of the hard part. Ooh, that was almost really bad, because we were on very low, what's it called? Low real estate. However, it still didn't matter, because we undershot a jump. I could, in theory, blame it on the slowdown, but, you know, I'm probably not going to do that. So that's not very productive for anyone involved. And by anyone involved, I mean specifically me. Because, I mean, how many other people are really involved in this? Let's be real. Wait to kill that dragonfly. You guys might be seeing this part a lot more. Alright, we get hit by one of these fish things, but really doesn't matter. And so long as I don't horribly mess up, this should be it. Now we gotta kill these stupid frog things. Did I mention in the Shadow Man episode that I really didn't like these guys? Because you can only hit them when they're down below. Luckily, we could kill the giant pink thing by just camping on the ladder. And I do decide to use another E-tank, because we're at 0 health, or we're at 0 lives. And dying would probably waste more time than just grinding off camera. We equip the Search Snake, which can search out the real Gemini Man from the imposter. I guess that's why they do it. And then you could pretty much just do this, and then it just kind of works. We didn't need to use an E-tank in the fight. We still needed to use it before the fight, so it's kind of sad. Or not really kind of sad. Really, what are you going to do? Certainly not get a game over. Granted, I could have probably just, like, paused the footage, but I'm going on a tangent. We got the Gemini laser. Honestly, I kind of hate this weapon. I think it might be one of the most annoying ones to actually use. Because all it really does is slow down the game and make it so that you're unable to pause for like 5 seconds. While a like slow-moving laser moves around and doesn't really do enough damage for all the negatives. But I digress. Let's go into Needleman stage, which is a little more abstract, and we gotta jump over these hedgehogs, which is easier said than done. But I jump over that one pretty well, don't you think? Going on down on my knees, going down on love. I already said that in the Sparkman segment, but I mean, it happens again. Use Hardman's weapon to just kill these punks that are camping behind their invulnerable phases. That Met just got absolutely obliterated. You love to see it. Because, I mean, really? It's not a Mega Man game if you're not walloping Mets everywhere. I think that's what they're called, if I remember correctly. That guy was actually moving into poor positioning. Because, I mean, that's just how it is in Mega Man. It seems like the Mets always get a little better every game. I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but it's like in the first game, they stayed still. Second game, they kind of moved a little. Third game, they move a little faster. I can't remember what they did in the fourth game, but I know in the fifth game, they split. And then in the sixth game, you had the Met Machine. Or Metonger Z, or whatever it's called. Which is like Mazinger Z. Speaking of which, would you guys want to see a Mazinger Z episode? I have the SNES game, but I'm not particularly good at it, and it also doesn't help that you only have one life. But I mean, I might just play it for a little bit. You know what? Sure, why not? I mean, I enjoyed the Evangelion series video game. So I'll probably enjoy doing another one. Like giant robot anime stuff. Slide under the big pink thing. And we're already at the Needleman boss. I wasn't really talking too much about the stage, but that's because, honestly, it's kind of meh. Definitely gets more interesting later. So Needleman is weak to the Gemini laser. And now you see what I mean. Just kind of makes you a sitting duck. Like, way too much. Also, if you can't pause, you can't use your, what's it called? E-tanks. So that makes this guy a little tougher. However, he still takes like a quarter of his health from, what's it called? Still takes a quarter of his health from, his weakness, so can't fault him too much. And with that, Mega Man gets the Needle Cannon and the Rush Jet. Needle Cannon, honestly, is kind of meh. Rush Jet, honestly, is really good, so kind of balances out. I'll see you guys in the next adventure.